T. I heard you had a really fun party last night. Sorry I missed it. Let's give it up for everybody who did that. So glad. And I just heard from our beloved Reverend Elijah. He says, oh, that will happen again. So we'll keep that in mind for the next time. And hopefully I'll be able to join you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Gitanjali Rivera. My pronouns are she and her. My people come from Puerto Rico and from the British Isles. And I'm joined this day by my dear friends right here. We have Miguel Santa Cruz on percussion. And over there on the piano, we have Lauren Dechtenberg on piano and vocals supporting us in this. So we have a bunch of songs that we're going to do at the start of this part of our service. Some of them are sing-alongs and some of them are different. So if you want to get up and move around. This song is about how we're in this in-between space, right? It's not quite spring, it's not quite winter, although if you look outside, it looks pretty springy to me. And maybe inside of your own being, you're in a liminal space, that in-between place, that place where everything is possible. As somebody who never really liked liminal space, I'm learning through my practice of synthesis to really enjoy it. So that's that place of, I wonder what. So in the liminal, we have this wonderful opportunity to be curious and fascinated and free. So this is a chant. We'll just sing it a bunch of times. And here we go. Goes like this. We are moving in the liminal, in between what is and yet to be, opening to all possibilities, curious, fascinated and free. We are moving in the liminal, in between what is and yet to be, opening to all possibilities, curious, fascinated and free. Dancing, we are dancing in the liminal, in between what is and yet to be, opening to all possibilities, curious, fascinated and free. Dancing still, we are dancing in the liminal, in between what is and yet to be, opening to all possibilities, curious, fascinated and free. We're living, we are living in the liminal, in between what is and yet to be, opening to all possibilities, curious, fascinated and free. Living, we are living in the liminal, in between what is and yet to be, opening to all possibilities, curious, fascinated and free. We're singing, we are singing in the liminal, in between what is and yet to be, opening to all possibilities, curious, fascinated and free. We're singing, we are singing in the liminal, in between what is and yet to be, opening to all possibilities, fascinated and free. We're moving. We are moving through the liminal, in between what is and yet to be, opening to all possibilities, curious, fascinated and free. We are moving through the liminal, in between what is and yet to be, opening to all possibilities, curious, fascinated and free. We're curious, fascinated and free. We're curious, fascinated and free. Fascinating. So many of you have heard me say this before, but my teacher, Pir Shabda Khan, says that there are about 10 qualities that we need upon the spiritual path. And every time I see him, he tells us 10 qualities. 3 are always the same. The other 7 kind of depend on where he's at, I'm guessing. But these were the 10 that got captured in a song. So these are the 3 that he always says are: we need strength, we need courage, we need to be in tune with the infinite. Right? I love that too. So Hazrat Inayat Khan, who is the person who brought our particular branch of Sufism to the West, used to sign all of his letters, "Yours in the infinite." So I give that to you. You're now free to use it on all your letters. So we're going to sing strength, courage, compassion, loving kindness, respect, patience, curiosity, integrity. I'm missing one. Curiosity, integrity, generosity, and being in tune with the infinite. You'll see what we sing. So this is a body prayer now. I've created movements, and I think they're solidified. When we come to compassion, I'm going to put my hands here, creating this beautiful triangle at what for me is a womb space. Because in Islam, Ya Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim, mercy and compassion, come from the same root as Raham, which comes from the womb space, that accommodation that the beloved creates for all of us. So whether you have a physical womb in your body or not, that space, that hara space, is still that place of compassion. So it goes like this. Strength and courage, compassion, loving kindness, respect and patience, gratitude, generosity, integrity, be in tune with the infinite. Oh, strength and courage, compassion, loving kindness, respect and patience, gratitude, generosity, integrity, be in tune with the infinite. Oh, strength me. So once we have all those things in place, we can be of great benefit. And in this time, we need to be of great benefit, no pressure. But as we go out and march and write and call and do all the things that we're getting ready to do, don't forget to have joy in your resistance. Because what the world needs now is joy in resistance. We will fight the good fight with or without your assistance. Move out of the way if you can't support the mission. Or just sit on the sidelines and pray for us. 'Cause what the world needs now is joy in resistance. What the world needs now is joy in resistance. We will fight the good fight with or without your resistance. Move out of the way if you can't support the mission. What the world needs now is joy in resistance. What the world needs now is love in resistance. We will fight the good fight with or without your resistance. Move out of the way if you can't support the mission. What the world needs now is love in restraint. What the world needs now is strength in resistance. We will fight the good fight with or without your resistance. Move out of the way if you can't support the mission. What the world needs now is strength in resistance. What the world needs now is peace in peace. Fight the good fight with or without your resistance. Move out of the way if you can't support the mission. What the world needs now, peace is peace in resistance. What the world needs now is love in resistance. We will fight the good fight with or without your resistance. Move out of the way if you can't support the mission. What the world needs now is love in resistance. Well, I think that we can do that. I'm pretty sure. Because y'all are amazing. And brave. You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast or be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. Or you can start speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way the words do when they settle neath your skin. Keep it on the inside and no sunlight, sometimes a shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you be brave. Everybody's been there, everybody's been stared by down the man and me, falling for the fear and done some disappearing. Bow down to the mighty. Don't run. Stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of this cage we're in. Maybe one of these days you can let the light in. Show me how big your brave is. Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. Innocence, your history of silence won't do you any good. Did you think it would? I can see you're anything but empty. Why don't you speak out the truth and say what you wanna say and let the words fall out? Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with all you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you be brave. And with that, we'll bring Cheryl up and Leah. I shocked them.
Good morning. Welcome to CSL Santa Cruz. Whether you're joining us here in person or online, we welcome you to the CSL Santa Cruz Sunday celebration. We are here to activate and nurture our sacred nature. We are part of the global movement of Centers for Spiritual Living, whose mission is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. My name is Leah Simone Reed. My pronouns are she and her, and my ancestors come from Italy and Ireland. I serve here at CSL as the leader of the Abundance Ministry, where we gratefully receive and joyously give. And you can see me for any of those kind of things, whether you need to talk about your monthly investment, create a monthly investment, give a one-time gift, any of those things, I joyously receive.
And we are joyously grateful for Leah and her commitment to our community. Yes. Good morning. I'm Cheryl Stromstead-Snyder. My pronouns are she and her, and my people come from the Scandinavian countries, and they settled in North Dakota. My grandfather came directly at the age of 17, and we still have his land that he homesteaded on in 1907. Yeah, very special. I serve as chaplain and spiritual practitioner here at the center. I'm joined by Wendy Wellborn, who's holding high watch here for us, and our friend Grace Lovejoy is holding high watch at home in absentia this morning. I would like to welcome first-timers. If you're a first-timer, raise your hand. Oh yeah, look at this. Welcome everybody. We're so glad that you're here. Woo! Thank you for being here. How delightful. Okay, everybody. Now you know who the new ones are. Be sure that you stop and say hi to them. Welcome them to our community, right? Yes, yes. We're delighted that you're here. We have lunch afterwards in the social hall, so join us for some camaraderie and conversation. Please come back. We love having new people here. And if you're first time with us on the media, on live stream or Facebook, welcome, welcome. We're just delighted as well to have people join us out in the ethers, or whatever it's called. Is it called that? Yeah. Okay. Practitioners and ministers are available for prayer after service. I would like to have our practitioners and ministers who are here, please just raise your hand. Show us who you are. We have Reverend Elisha, we have Wendy, we have Reverend Tamara over here. And some of them partied too hard last night at the party, I think, so they're not here today. There's a lot of us. There's about 9 of us here. So if you can't reach us after church, after the service, there's a prayer box out here in the front. You can write out a prayer request, put your request in there, and that is shared with our prayer team. And we pray over your requests. If you want to call back, put your name and number on there. We'll get back to you with a personal prayer. Or you can do a prayer request by sending it to prayer@cslsantacruz.org.
Yes. All right, let's take a breath. And in partnership with the Transformational Justice Center of Monterey County, the Resource Center for Nonviolence, the Conflict Resolution Center of Santa Cruz County, and Peace United Church of Christ, it's going to be something good, right? Join us for an extraordinary documentary film following the transformational program that's inside the walls of CTF Soledad Prison. Witness the healing that can happen when strangers meet with open hearts and open minds. The name of the documentary is Going Inside, Empathy in Action. It's a program of the Transformational Justice Center of Monterey County. And we're going to view the documentary here Sunday, March 29th, here at the Resource Center for Nonviolence. The doors open at, at 2. The film's at 2:30, and there'll be question and answer to follow. There's a $10 to $20 suggested donation, but any contribution received with gratitude. Nobody is turned away for lack of funds. And please RSVP on our website or from the announcement in our recent e-news. All right, I'm going to invite you to stand if you're able and care to, so we can move through this together. Let's take a breath. At the heart of our teaching is oneness. And so we declare that everyone and everything is a sacred expression of spirit. And so from that truth, together we boldly proclaim, we stand for justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion, not just as political ideals, but as spiritual imperatives. We stand up for Black lives, for Indigenous lives, for immigrant lives, and for all lives that have been marginalized by systems of oppression. We stand up for trans lives, queer lives, and the inherent right of every being to live freely and authentically in their truth. We affirm the sovereign right of every person to make decisions about their own body, their health, their identity, and their future. We stand for the liberty and dignity of all people, all beings, and for the sacred life of this earth. This is our sacred commitment. This is our collective yes.
Thank you. You may be seated. Take another deep breath and settle in and recognize that we are on Mother Earth, and feel Mother Earth beneath you not just as ground, but as a living, breathing being. Let your body remember, water is life. All land is holy land. All people and all beings are part of the earth life, and so are sacred. As we enter deeper into our time together, we pause in reverence to acknowledge the lives, voices, and spirits who have dwelled upon, cared for, and been shaped by this land long before us. And take another deep breath. We acknowledge that we live and gather on the unceded homelands of the Awaswas-speaking Upi people of the Ama Mutsun tribal band, stewards of this place since time immemorial. They are not of the past. They are still here. Their legacy continues and their sovereignty matters. Now take another deep breath. And in this same moment, let us widen our circle of remembrance to include all who came before us. Our personal ancestors, friends and family who have gone before us, our spiritual teachers, the freedom fighters, pride marchers, suffragettes, abolitionists, and the many, many voices whose courage, wisdom, and sacrifice shaped the rights, freedoms, and understanding we carry today. Let us pause in gratitude, reflection, and responsibility. And taking another deep breath. When we breathe the breath of God. And take that deep breath knowing that that divine breath is moving through your body temple, that it is healing and realigning and reconnecting and help you remember the truth of who you are. That healing breath is healing you. And as it brings your body temple into alignment, it also brings into alignment your mental and your physical and your spiritual bodies. And so on this day, I was given an image of people who are struggling, who have like kind of feeling a little anxious and angst and maybe angry, and use the sandpaper and rub off the rough edges around your body. Just have that image of smoothing off those rough edges and helping to let go of that angst, that fear, that frustration, that anger. We know we are in a difficult time right here and right now. We know that the energies around us are collective and difficult, and that it often is changing the way that we see and feel. We wake up in the morning sometimes just feeling so frustrated or fearful or angry or hopeless and helpless. And we now take a deep breath and we know that we do not have to fall into that collective consciousness, that we have the right, the divine birthright to remember who we are and reconnect with that divine truth that is our strength and our power, our backbone, our authentic truth. And take those deep breaths, remembering the truth of who you are. You are a magnificent spiritual being walking in human form. And that is true about everyone who is listening to us on the web, everyone who is sitting in this room, everybody that we encounter. We are one with that divine oneness. We are filled with that power of divine love. And we connect in this room with that divine power of love. Open your heart space. Open it right now. Feel that light move into your heart center right now. Feel the light. And now shine it forward from your body temple. Shine that light forward and feel that light fill this room and connect with the person next to you and the person next to you and the person next to you so that everyone in this room is touched by that divine heart light, that heart connection that is the truth of who you are. Love is here. You are love. You are one with love. We are love as a community. We are in a magnificent community of divine love. and the doors open and the walls come down and the roof is gone and that divine light shines forward from us, from this place right now. And it touches our community. Santa Cruz County. It touches our state, California. It touches the magnificence of the Monterey Bay and the oceans out here that are needing our protection right now to keep the oil away. The oil companies that want to go in and destroy the beauty of our bay. We say no, and we stand strong, and we protect that beauty, but we stand in love always. And we extend that love to our entire country. And continuing that deep breath and continuing that heart connection that is coming from you, that is coming from this community, we spread it around the globe. We don't keep that love hidden. We keep that light shining. We keep that light going from person to person throughout all humanity. We have that power. We have that strength. We claim it right here and right now. And we stand strong and tall in our truth as we are spiritual beings standing in divine love. And we are not separate. We are never separated from our good. If we feel that separation, we just forgot the truth of who we are. And we bring us back with that divine breath. God is good. God is good all the time, and God is good in this community. God is celebrating and dancing through every single one of us here with absolute joy and delight for every person that is stepping forward to uncover and remember who they are. This is a beautiful day. This is the day that God has made, and we celebrate in the magnificence and the joy of our love connection for each other that goes out from our community. We celebrate the talk that is coming forward from Reverend Elisha. We celebrate Gitanjali and her wonderful band of musicians that are showing forth with such divine light and love. We celebrate our kitchen staff. We celebrate all of the volunteers who have said yes. And we celebrate those who put on that magnificent party last night, because we are all love. We thank you, God. I release these words. I know that they are complete and done as I have said. I claim for this entire community, all is good, all is well. We are love, we are light, and we celebrate with joy and say together, and so it is.
That woman can pray. My friends, we have been diving into this beautiful mantra since the beginning of the year. And this will be our last Sunday that we sing it officially here. I'm sure it will come back. But I hope that this practice has been a blessing for you, and I hope that you'll continue it on in your own space, singing this beautiful Mahamritam Jaya, Mahamantra of the Hindu tradition, calling on for healing, for release, for completion. We'll sing it together 3 times, beginning with Om. Om. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanam mrityormukshi Trayambakam त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीया त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीया
And with that, take another deep breath in and let it go. Take another deep breath and let it go. And together, let's take one more deep breath. And then let's just be in the stillness together for just a moment. Thank you. And so good morning again. If you don't know me, I'm Reverend Elisha Christopher. I'm the spiritual director and the senior minister of the Center for Spiritual Living here in Santa Cruz. I do use they, them pronouns. My ancestors come to this nation from all over the world. The ones that we know immigrated here, some came from Ireland, Scotland, Austria, and Holland. I do have ancestors indigenous to the Americas as well. And this month, our theme across the Centers for Spiritual Living globally for the month of March is What If? Which, as we talked about the last couple weeks, I think this is the greatest spiritual question that possibly exists in all the world. Simply, what if? It's to be in the possibility, right? To be in the question. And, you know, many of you, if you've heard me speak over the years, many of you know that one of my unanswerable questions, one of my koans, if you will, my what ifs, is simply the question, how is this God? How is this spirit? How is this the one life unfolding in front of me? And, you know, my philosophy, this philosophy of Centers of Science of Mind, tells us that this thing we might call God or spirit or consciousness or whatever we might label it individually ourselves is the one thing. The one life that is living and breathing all of existence, the one life that's growing nature, the one life that's looking through each and every pair of eyes. It's all God. And that's a beautiful philosophical idea. It's a lovely idea to just think, oh, it's all one thing, how sweet. But it's a whole nother thing to really live in that deeper question of what if that is true? You know, there's a group of folks who are in our practitioner training class right now, and we're studying some of the works of Ernest Holmes, and the founder of this philosophy, and we're reading a book called Living the Science of Mind. And in that book, there's a reading we had this last week, and he says, we all are separate physically, but that's where the separation ends. That we are all actually in one field of mind, one field of shared thought, that's actually just moving through all of our individual consciousnesses. Each one of our brains is like a little radio antenna, and the great consciousness is the field of existence that we live in. And he says that we are only separate physically, but mentally and spiritually, we are one. Deeply, we are one. And it's really easy to live in the world and look out, and it's really quite clear. We are all separate beings. We can see I'm up here, you're over there, right? The separation is very visible. And I think more and more and more in the world, we're living in this collective consciousness experiment, we'll call it, that is pointing out the separation more and more and more, right? And that the collective consciousness that's at work in the world keeps giving us back this sense that there's an us and a them, there's a right and a left, there's a red and a blue, there's an up and a down, whatever we name it as, but that there's separation here. And then my philosophy says that, again, there's only one of us here. And, we can look at that actually quite literally, that when we go beyond the physical, we are deeply connected. Yes. And there's an experiment that's been replicated multiple times at multiple universities. You can do a little search later and learn more about this if you want. But the experiment simply says when you put two people together and you have them sit together for 10, 15, 20 minutes and have them think about being connected with each other. Simply think about that connection, contemplate it, bring it to the forefront of the mind, and have two people sit together thinking about being connected. Then they take those people and separate them in the laboratory and put them in magnetically impervious chambers and put brain helmets on them and scan what's going on inside of the head. And they shine flashes of light into one of the people's eyes. And more often than not, both brain scans will show spikes of activity for the flashes of light simultaneously. There is no measurable signal being transferred, but simply two people sitting, thinking about being connected to each other. It starts to happen that whatever's happening in one mind is also happening in the other simultaneously at the same time. Now, that's really neat, I think. But it's also quite profound because it tells me that and Ernest Holmes says, when we're in sympathetic vibration with each other, when we have relationship, when we think about each other, when we have love for each other, when we're in community, when we're the people we spend time with and we have energetic resonance, that on some level, there's a shared consciousness that's happening. And we all might think that the thoughts that are happening in our head are our own. But what if the thoughts that are happening in our head are actually shared thoughts? That there's a field of consciousness that we're participating in. So when we come together in community in spaces like this, and we're all sharing in our attention, we're singing the same songs, we're hearing the same words, we're being in this vibration together, there's something else that's getting created amongst us in this space, and it's to something more. It's that sense of that collective consciousness, that sense of greater power starts to wake up when we come together. And if you've ever read any of Lynn McTaggart's work, and if you've heard me speak before, I'm a fan of her work as well. Lynn McTaggart says that any time a group of people focus on the same thing at the same time, something else starts to awaken. She says the power of intention multiplies depending on how many people are thinking the same thought at the same time. So why is this relevant or important to us? Because we have to remember that each one of us is part of a greater field of consciousness that's being created all the time. And that, many of you know I've been talking about the singing resistance thing that's happening around the nation that we're gathering people for together here today, later, and again next month. That there's this movement of people starting to sing around the country. Singing in response to the ICE activity, singing to the ICE agents, singing to the people who are afraid. And the thing that has struck me as something so remarkable and powerful is that it started in Minneapolis. And a handful of song leaders started to get people together and sing songs. And now those same songs are starting to be sung by thousands of groups of people all over the nation and starting to spread out around the world, people singing in solidarity, singing these songs. So what happens when we now have millions of people around the nation and around the world starting to think the same thought at the same time, starting to sing the same songs? There's a cohesion that's waking up. And I know that songs and chants has been part of the social justice and civil rights movements throughout all of the world and in this country throughout our history. That it's the songs that often bring people together, because that song brings the harmony. It brings that collective consciousness together. It wakes up that sense that there's something more that we're working with than just our individual personal power. And I have a sense that what's happening around this singing resistance might actually be the thing that's starting to bring a unity to all of the various movements that have been working for justice, have been working for peace, have been working for greater freedom in our nation. But something's happening that's weaving the web, that's calling us all together. Right? I think that's why we come into spaces like this, is to feel called into that greater sense of something more. And what if, there's our theme again, what if we all started to walk through the world remembering each and every day that there is actually something more here that is just waiting to be awakened? And that it's waiting for perhaps as many minds as possible to tune to the same thought. That perhaps something starts to awaken within us. There's a film I saw many years ago. It was called Humanity Ascending, by a futurist and researcher by the name of Barbara Marx Hubbard. And she tells in that film, she had this vision many years ago where she rose above the earth and she was looking at some future time. And she said she saw a collective moment of pain where just about everyone around the world was in a shared experience of suffering. And she says that it was in that moment in the vision when everyone was feeling the same thing that the something more of humanity woke up. And that it was this step into the next phase of our conscious evolution, where we started to sense that true nature of the oneness that connects us. What if we truly started to live and breathe as a species, as a nation, as people, as if we truly lived in right relationship with the earth, as if we were looking for spirit in every interaction, in every person, remembering that everyone and everything that comes our way is spirit standing in front of us, waiting for us to wake up, waiting for us to see it. That the universe might just be this beautiful game of hide and seek. And spirit is hidden in plain sight. And everything that comes our way is the universe looking at you, waiting to see if you see it. Right, I told my story about the strawberry patch that's growing in my yard last week, if you were here for that talk. There's this patch of strawberries that's been growing underneath this grassy field on where I live for 5 years, and only when I looked below the surface did I realize that there was something beautiful growing where I thought there was just weeds and grass and pokey things. And that's kind of true of the way I've been looking at the world a lot recently. I've been looking at the news. I see everything that's coming in. I'm seeing the wars. I'm seeing all that's rising up in our face, all of it that looks like separation, all of it that looks like pain, all of it that just looks like overgrown collective consciousness that's unmanaged and unattended and unhealed. But it seems like because of everything that's rising up, there's something else starting to happen. Something else is waking up. And I am committed to telling that story. That what if what's happening in our world right now is leading us to the crux point of our transformation? I know that it is a relative human tendency not to change until we have to. Ever been there? Okay, good. I'm not the only one. right? And I think that we've all experienced this in our own lives somewhere, where we know there's a change that we have to make. We know we've been doing something in a way that's not serving us or our relationships or our family or our health or our world or whatever it is. And we know we're doing something that needs to change. And oftentimes it's only when it gets bad enough that we go, well, now I might as well make that shift. Right? And I think that that's kind of what's happening to the collective of humanity. We as a species, and especially as a Western hemisphere, we've been going at it all wrong for at least a few hundred years. At least. And the conditions keep building. The temperature, the temperature of the environment is quite literally changing. The temperature of our political environment is quite literally changing. The inflammation in the human body across the world is getting more and more and more because we've been out of right relationship with each other, with the universe, with life itself. And it seems like recently it's getting loud enough, it's getting uncomfortable enough that people are starting to wake up and starting to ask, what if we didn't do it that way anymore? What if we started to value each other? What if we had true equality? What if we had true opportunity for everyone? What if we learned how to value our resources and care for each other and the planet as if we are part of the one life? And it seems to me that the conditions are pushing us in that direction. And the question then lands on each one of us, do we make the choice? Do we make the choice to start to change, to do whatever it is in our own lives, individually or collectively, to make the shift that we need to make, to live in right alignment with ourselves, with our higher truth, with each other, with the planet? What if we chose to wake up before it's too painful to take another step forward? You know, I was in a session with a practitioner many years ago, and I was talking about how I had a change that I needed to make, and I hadn't been making it, and I waited for the universe to just give me that big whap on the side of the head, the spiritual 2x4 we like to call it. And the person said to me, Elisha, it's great that you finally got the message. But why do you wait till the universe has to yell it to you? Because I'm pretty sure there was a point where it was maybe a little louder, but not a scream. There was a time before that where maybe it was just a little whisper in the back of your head. And what would happen if we learned to wait, learned to respond to that little whisper of spirit, rather than waiting for the spiritual 2x4 to hit us across the side of the head? And that requires us to be in tune. It requires us to actually be willing to listen and then remember that that something more, that greater intelligence, that love, that evolutionary principle is actually seeking to guide each one of us and all of us in every moment. If we would just meditate, if we would just sit, if we would just listen, all of the intelligence, the guidance, and the wisdom that we need to heal anything in our own lives and to heal any of the issues of the world is available to us. We are connected, each one of us, to the infinite divine mind that creates universes, that spins galaxies and planets and grows trees and shines the sun. That intelligence that's been evolving all of life for 14-something billion years, this time, is moving through you. And that whatever problem is in front of you in your life, whatever issue you see in the world, there is a divine intelligence that you have access to, that I have access to, that has the answer to everything that we are looking for. But it's a matter of being open to it, of getting still enough. And we live in a time where it is difficult, my friends, to get still and to be in the silence. Without your phone, without music, without a book, without coffee, without whatever it is. But there's so many things that keep our attention, that keep us distracted, that keep us at the surface level of existence, that keep us seeing all the separate things. And we've got to slow down enough to remember that there's something deeper at work here. There's something greater that we have access to, and that when we allow it to come through us, we participate in the awakening. Our job, our one job, and our whole time here on planet Earth is to wake up. Is to wake up to the truth that there is something way more profound, much deeper, and way more beautiful than we can possibly comprehend, and it's hidden just below the surface level of all the conditions and experiences that are smeared across the top of reality. And there is something so much deeper. Whatever the love is that you are looking for, it is available. Whatever truth that you're looking for, it is available. Whatever healing you are looking for, it is available. But we may have to look through some stuff to see what's actually hidden there and waiting for us to find it. The Buddhist chant that says Om Mani Padme Om basically means look for the jewel in the lotus flower. And the lotus flower is that flower that grows in stagnant water, that grows in murky mud. And from all of that stuff, the nutrients feeds that beautiful thing that rises up and sits on the surface and is supposed to be the most beautiful flower in the world, the symbol of enlightenment itself. And it grows in the dirtiest of water. But all that's there is what is necessary to feed that awakening, to feed that light, to feed that beauty. And so remember that everything that comes our way is an invitation. Everything that comes our way is hand-delivered to each one of us by the universe itself as an opportunity for us to see if we see it. Life can be very mundane. Life can be confusing. Life can be frustrating. Life can be a whole lot of things when we stay at the surface level of what's happening. I've been finding myself saying this phrase a lot recently and singing kind of an old hymn that I grew up with in church. But I just keep saying, it is well with my soul. I see the war. I see the pain. I see the separation. I see all that's happening on planet Earth, and it's ripping my heart open. I cry every day. Also, I recommend it. Get those tears out, folks, however you can. But at the same time, I keep finding that the more raw my heart feels, the more open my soul is. That the more devastated I am by what I'm seeing in the world, the more I'm reminded that there's something so much deeper here that I am to root into, to hold on to, and to remember that everyone and everything that is happening is part of this greater oneness. And my job, our job, is just to look for it, to be willing to see it. And let whatever conditions are happening in your life that might be painful, difficult, or uncomfortable, let them be the thing that is waking you up. Let them be the thing that draws you deeper into your faith, into your trust, into the love. Because the pain can make us run, or it can call us in. And when we are called into that deeper place, then we get to be the folks in the world who get to call other people up. And we need to move beyond calling people out and start calling people up and calling people in. You know, one of the songs we're going to learn in the singing resistance gatherings we're having here is one of the songs that got started singing in Minneapolis, where they're singing to the ICE agents at the hotels where they're staying, and they're singing, "It's okay to change your mind. Come on and join us here anytime." right? And I was talking to Heather Houston the other day about this song, and she was sharing this with her father, and he was like, y'all are actually going to sing to ICE agents and invite them to sing with you? Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. To get beyond the us and the them, and to say at any point in time, you are welcome here. It's good on this side of this table, and there's room for everyone. Which means we have to have hearts wide open, willing to forgive, willing to hold people in their shame, perhaps, as they change their minds and see what choices they've made. Can we walk this path with absolute love, no matter what comes our way in the next days, weeks, months, and years? Our job is to keep our hearts open and to look for the good, to let the love shine through our eyes. Because indeed, what if there really is only one of us here? And that one is just waiting to be seen in the eyes of each person that we meet. And that when we choose to see it, that little spark awakens a little bit more. And when we are willing to look at each other with love, that something more starts to awaken within us, that sense of connection I was talking about earlier. We all leave this space after being connected in consciousness, in thought, in attention. Notice what thoughts and energy is starting to swirl around you as you leave this place today and carry this love out into the world. You know, we don't just come here to just feel good for ourselves. We come here to get aligned so that then we can walk this presence into the world, so that we can gift this consciousness everywhere we go, and also so that we are sourced when we see all of the terrible things that are happening in the world right now, that we are sourced and we don't fall into despair, but we fall into prayer. You know, if you stay tuned to all the things that are happening in the world, as I choose to do as much as possible, let it be your prayer requests. Because our job is to hold each other and to hold the truth, to stand in love, and to believe in what could be, and then to bring it about. So take a deep breath in. And if it's comfortable, close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And I want to invite each one of us for a moment just to think about being connected to the other people in this room. Just let the thought wash over you right now that the person sitting to either side of you, just send them your love. And just hold that thought. And just feel it. Because as we name that connection, it awakens. Because what I know is that there is indeed only one life, one power, one presence, one source of all being that is swirling through all of existence, shining as the stars, growing as the trees. The one life is speaking these very words. It is hearing them. And so let us remember that we are not just connected to each other here in this room. We are connected to all people. We are connected to all beings. We are connected to all of life itself. And so let us begin today to awaken to the wonder of the truth of our existence. To remember that there is only one of us here, and that one is love, that one is truth, that one is power, that one is possibility. And I know that love is waking up. I know that the more of us is awakening. I know that everything that comes my way, everything that comes our way, every condition unfolding on this beautiful planet, every single thing that is happening on this world right now is an invitation to humanity to awaken to the change that is necessary so that we can wake up to our spiritual magnificence, so that we can wake up to our divine connection, so that we can wake up to the power that is coursing through us. Remember that each one of us, the power that is moving through us is the power that has the capacity to create worlds and evolve all beings throughout all time. There is a great power moving through each one of us, and it can speak through our voices as truth. It can stand and move and march and act through our bodies as justice, that we, each one of us, can choose to evolve in any moment. We can choose to wake up. We can choose to look for the universe looking back at us. And when you're looking for it, just wait. Because the universe is looking back. And it's just waiting for us to see it. It's been there all along. And life is just waiting for us to wake up. And so in gratitude, I just know that there is an opportunity before each one of us and all of us to keep our minds in the love, to look for the truth, and to share that everywhere we go. And so let us just surrender and breathe in and breathe out. And as we breathe, I remind each one of us that there is something greater than we are that is breathing these bodies. It beats our hearts. The one life is moving through us whether we're conscious of it or not. But today, let us be conscious of it. Let's walk out into the world and let the light of love shine through our eyes as we look for God everywhere we go. So breathe in and breathe out. And so it is.
So when I think of this phrase, what if, and this waking up, I often think about this concept of dreaming. Some of our dreams happen at night while we're sleeping, and some of our dreams happen while we're imagining. But there's a beautiful poem by Antonio Machado called Last Night While I Was Sleeping. And my friend Cyprian Concilio put it to music, and I was inspired to sing it for you today. So may your dreams come true. Last night as I was sleeping, I dreamt marvelous error. A spring was breaking out inside my heart, along which secret aqueduct are you coming to me? Water of new life that I have never drunk. Last night as I was sleeping, I dreamt marvelous error. A beehive I had here inside my heart. And the golden from my old failures. Last night as I was sleeping, I dreamt marvelous error, a fiery sun giving light inside my heart. It was fiery because I felt warmth as from a heart, and sun for it gave light and brought tears to my eyes. Last night as I was sleeping, I dreamt marvelous error. It was God that I had here inside my heart. Here inside my heart. Here inside my heart.
Let's give a little love to Gitanjali, shall we? All right, friends, we are about to begin to wind down our service for the morning. We're going to move into our time of sacred giving in just a moment. Before we do that, I just want to do one brief little acknowledgement, and these folks don't know that this is about to happen, so we had our annual meeting last week after our service of our members, and we elected 2 new board members. And we also have one board member who, after 6 years of service, has finished her term. And so I just want to invite Kathy Jackson, Diane McLevain, and Mohini Peters, if you 3 would just come up here really quickly. Just real quick. You don't have to say anything, but I just want y'all to come up. Kathy and Diane have just are stepping onto our board of trustees. Come on up here. And they have both just signed up for their first 3-year term to serve. Mohini has been serving for 6 years on our board of trustees, and has given just so much time and energy, and I just want to give gratitude to these folks for their commitment, upcoming and past. So if you would, rub your hands together. We're going to send them a little love. We build up some energy like this. If you feel called, you could stand up, and you're going to send those, turn your palms towards these 3, and repeat after me. Beloveds, we see who you are. You are the image and likeness of God. Thank you for your service to our community, for your love, for your dedication. We thank God for you. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so with that, thank you, beloveds. If you have a gift you'd like to share with this community this morning, as I say each and every week, we exist to serve you, we exist because of you, and it is your contributions that do keep this community alive. So if you have a gift to share with us this morning, we invite you to bring that out. For those of you who give regularly online and electronically, we thank you for that as well. And let's repeat this again after me. Simple affirmation. For all that I am, for all that I have, for all that I give, for all that I receive, I'm truly, truly grateful. Yeah, here we go.
And you know this song, so we'll sing it together. If you want to do the movements, you can do the movements. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
And so let's just breathe in this gratitude and all of this giving as I just speak a word of gratitude for everything and everyone that allows this community and these services and all that we do to happen and to be what it is. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful for it all. And so let's just move to a time of gratitude and blessing. Let's gather up all this energy and consciousness and love we've activated here together today, and let's bring it into our bodies so that we can take it out into the world. So if you are able and want, I invite you to stand on up. To anyone and everyone who wants activation or healing in the physical body, this is your opportunity. Stand up, take a deep breath in. If it's comfortable, open your eyes, lift up your chin, your eyebrows, smile a little bit, take a deep breath in. And as we open our bodies, let that signal to the universe and to life itself that each one of us is open to allow these bodies to be healed, to be whole, to be strong, to be vital, to know that the power that is coursing through us, it's beating our hearts, heals every cell. It keeps every organ and function of the body working perfectly. And so let us just open to that health and to that wholeness and to that wellness right here and right now so that we can give gratitude to these bodies that carry us through life so that we can share ourselves back with life. Yes? Yes, and to any one of us and to all of us who are seeking healing in the areas of abundance, prosperity, or needs met, again, same thing, open wide. As we open our bodies, we open our minds to signal back to the universe that we are open to receive everything that we need to survive, everything that we need to thrive, everything that we need to share our gifts with life from the overflow, because each one of us is sourced from that infinite divine presence that gives itself to all. May it give to each one of us everything that we need so that we can feel like we have enough and more. Yes? Yes, because when we live in right alignment, we can say yes to the more of it. And so let all of us open in this moment to the area of the heart, to any healing related to grief, love, relationships, or forgiveness. Take a deep breath in. And if you feel called, bring your hands to your heart and feel that heartbeat. Remember that there is only one of us here. There is only one love moving throughout the entirety of the universe. There is only one life. And so let us remember that we are connected to each other. We are connected to every living being on this planet. And so the activity of loving, the activity of forgiving opens the heart. It opens that channel of connection. And so let us let the grief out and let it in, let the love out and let it in, let the forgiveness out and let it in, and send that love out to each other and out to the world as we just open up to that love waking up right here and right now. Yes? Yes, and so if there's anyone on your heart or in your mind that you want to include in this prayer space today, I just invite you to speak those names out loud right now. And so I just know that for every name spoken, even those unspoken or continuing to be whispered, are all included in this oneness, are all included in this prayer for healing, for love, for expansion, for gratitude. This love is waking up, and I am grateful. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you for celebrating and gathering with us today, my friends. Remember, we do have a potluck in the room next door. I love you. I just love you so much. Let's let the love wash over us, shall we?
Here we go, friends. You know this song. You gotta help me out. I think you will. Many pray along the way. They don't stop to wonder what the world is coming to. They let something higher reveal the way to greater love. We've got greater love. So the truth is telling me, sing of liberation for the ones who are not free. Love can take us higher, reveal the way to greater love. It's greater love, so we let it wash over us, lift us higher, it'll make us kinder. We let it early in the morning, we let it hold us together, we let it now and forever, we let it be, we let it. That's your part, you can sing that. Still some cry
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Get enough kudos. Your stuff in the background, it works for me.
thank you. I'm so
you.
glad.
Really, you're feeling it, and I'm feeling it, and thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Look at my puppy being weird.
Oh.
Right there. See, there's joy right there. That's
It's a different, just the timing. And
I mean, it's difficult when the tempo changes or it isn't quite where it's supposed to be. I was trying to signal this last one too.
but thank you for just picking it up.
Yeah, I mean, like, this has got to move faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah. Alright. Oh, I am not here next week. I've got a board retreat, I just realized, next Sunday. So I will not be able to be here in the morning because I'll be there all day.